Thanks very much, Casey. And important to remind our audience, those details we heard from the Israeli Prime Minister are not details that have been confirmed by Australian authorities at this time. In other breaking news, police say there are multiple fatalities and that there's no longer an active threat with 2 shooters in custody. Now, we're going to bring in one of our senior reporters, Nick Doll from the Sydney newsroom, who has been at the scene for hours now. Nick, what are you able to tell us about what you're seeing and what you've experienced down there?
Well, look, as we arrived on the scene, so too were parents of children who were on the beach at the time. Just a short time ago, I saw a group of parents trying to speak to police and trying to get information. Now, police, I think, were able to offer them some comfort because they said that there was a large group of civilians, including children, that were on the other side of the road who had essentially been contained by police, that there were armed guards there, and that there were a lot of people who weren't, I guess, available to the crowd here, but police were keeping them safe. So I think that's put some people's fears to rest, but there's a lot of other people who I'm sure are coming down to Bondi now who are desperately looking for answers because a very large roadblock's been set up. You can't really get close to the actual site anymore, such is the police presence. And so anyone who had a loved one, a friend or family member here on Bondi Beach who's looking for answers, I think will be quite frustrated and obviously very scared tonight because police themselves are still trying to get on top of the situation. We did hear in that information just a short time ago that it's no longer an active shooter scenario, but police obviously were not in. They couldn't take any risks when they first arrived here. So not only were they trying to protect people on the beach, not only were they trying to, I guess, let the paramedics in to offer medical aid, but they were also on guard for the potential that there could be further threats. But we now know that threat has been neutralised.
Thanks very much for those details, Nick. And how have you seen the scene change in the hours that you've been down there?
Look, when I first got here, there were many, many more people just behind me, sort of right on the beach, along the promenade, and sort of near some of those bridges that we saw in some of that social media vision. The police helicopter that you might be able to hear above me actually came with a loudspeaker announcement saying, this is the police helicopter. Essentially, if you do not have business here, or if you're not a member of the police, you should leave and let police get on with the job. Because I guess initially there were a lot of people on the road. Police had to bring in huge numbers of resources, and even as I arrived, there were still police and paramedics units screaming here to Bondi Beach. So I guess they were trying to create a bit of thoroughfare. It looks like most people have kind of heeded that advice and heeded those warnings, and most people that were here when I first arrived, I think, have moved on. It's now getting dark, but there's still obviously a huge police presence here, as you can see.